Hi there, I am Dr. Liz, and you may be wondering, why the heck am I wearing a superhero outfit today? Well, this is a special first time episode of Your Zen Within with Dr. Liz and with Therapy Talk with Tammy and Pauline. And this is the first time we're doing the podcast of Caffeinated Consciousness. So, we are in for a wonderful treat talking about self-care, figuring out the warning signs of burnout, and what you can do about it. So, Pauline, tell me, what are you drinking today, and what is your superpower and superhero?
Okay, well, hello, Pauline here. So what I am having today is green tea. And my superhero costume for the day is, I'm a queen hero. Yes, queen. And my superhero powers would basically be living my best life. I am so good at that.
Love it. Yes, and green tea, wonderful antioxidants, especially if we're thinking about mind-body medicine. Just the right amount of caffeine without the jitters.
Ooh.
So glad you're here,
Speaking
Pauline.
of jitters.
Yeah, the jitters. And now passing it to Tammy. What are you drinking? What superpower are you having? And what kind of superhero are you?
Yeah, good question. I don't know what kind of superhero I am either, but on our channel, we do a lot of lightning rounds. So I think I'm Captain Cerebral.
Ooh.
Yeah, so my superhero power is beating Pauline in lightning rounds. That's
Heck
my
yeah.
superpower. And what I'm drinking today is, talk about caffeine. I'm drinking a lot of caffeine because it's going to be a long day. So thank you for having us on your podcast. This is exciting.
Yes, I'm so excited, and thank you so much. And oh, I totally forgot. I'm drinking caffeine right now, coffee in particular. It's chocolate coffee, which is freaking incredible. So theobromine and some caffeine all in one.
Yeah,
Yes.
yummy.
Love it.
And I don't know if I'm dating myself or anything my age, but I am Duff Woman. So, part of The Simpsons, you know, gender bending, cosplaying, you know.
I am here for it.
Yeah, so we're getting really silly today on Caffeinated Consciousness. Maybe I'm drinking a little bit too much caffeine, and that is okay. But we are all in for a treat. And I forgot to tell my superpower. I think it's my creativity. So I actually did all of this. I made my own cape and everything.
Wow.
Painted it. Yeah, I did my own shirt. So yeah, I have fun with it.
You win.
Yay, a crafter.
Yes.
Woo!
Therapists can be creative too.
Yes, Tammy is ridiculously creative too. Did you make your costume as well?
Well,
Tammy?
Me? Oh, well, not really. Yeah. I mean, I made it up. Yes, if that's what you're asking.
I think that's creative. And
It's
you
the same as Pauline. Pauline, I think, yes, queen.
Yep.
I love it. It just shows out your personality and everything.
It
Thank
does.
you.
We are the prop queens, by the way, on Therapy Talk.
We are.
Prop
Hashtag.
queens.
Awesome. Well, I'm super excited for this, and we'll get started right here, right now.
So therapists and mental health providers, probably a lot more people than that, but they usually are good at identifying when people need self-care. Now, I talk about it in sessions all the time. I'm like, it sounds like you need to do some self-care. But if somebody were to point the fingers at me and say, do you do self-care? I do, but I struggle. I don't know if you guys do. And that's what this channel, or that's what this episode is all about. So what is self-care? Oxford Dictionary says self-care is the practice of taking action to preserve or improve one's health. So self-care is basically taking care of yourself. And what I like to think, you know me and my props, guys. All right, this is really heavy, but talk about balance. And I'm a Libra, so this is very appropriate for me. So we're talking about putting, like, if we put like a bunch of home life stuff in here, oops, I'm not hanging on to it correctly. You know, the other area isn't balanced, or if we're working so much, we're not taking care of ourselves, or if we're partying too much, you know, and not taking care of whatever, you know, it's all about balance. So self-care is about balance, right, guys?
Easier said than done, that's for sure. Yeah. And I love seeing the balance because just like balance and just like justice, self-care is not earned, it is a fundamental, basic human right. We got to take care of our bodies and minds, or they just will not run correctly. It's kind of like if you have a nice, expensive Lamborghini and you just fill it up with the nasty, low grade fuel, it's not going to run very well. And yeah, running on fumes, literally, that's not good for anyone, therapist included. And so with that, this is your permission to take a break. Here's your permission slip. If you need to take a permission slip and show it to your friends and family, this is your permission slip and your doctor's orders to take a break because you deserve it. You've deserved it for so long. And yes, Pauline, anything you'd like to add about that?
I mean, I like to add the fact that you're a doctor and you're giving us permission. I really appreciate it. I am all about throwing therapists under the bus because some of us really have a hard time advocating for ourselves. So if you got to use us to, get permission to take care of yourself for now, absolutely do it. Okay? So why is self-care important for therapists? The thing is, if you're a therapist or if I don't engage in any self-care practices, I am going to be lousy. I am going to be a lousy professional. I'm not even going to be a professional. The thing is, your sessions that you paid for and your insurance are going to be about me. You're going to leave your sessions. You're going to be like, wait, I didn't even get to talk about my relationship stuff. I heard about my therapist and her issues. That's, okay, we'll follow up next week, I guess. Your therapist's attention is going to be split. That means they're probably 50% in the session and 50% in some mamby-pamby land trying to figure out how to pay their taxes. I don't know. That's not what I think about. And then the other thing, we talked about what therapy is, and therapy is really a place of where it's like a no judgment zone. Like we are unbiased. We can't judge what you bring in. So when we don't take care of ourselves, we're not putting our best selves out there. So we're not going to be empathizing with what you're sharing with us. Chances are we're going to be judging. So we need to have warning signs, or we need to actually recognize what our warning signs are to indicate, yo, it's time to take care of yourself, sis. So Dr. Liz, what are some warning signs for you? How do you know it's time?
Yeah, I love the warning signs because sometimes you're not even aware of your own warning signs. And I think it's so helpful to cast awareness on this and maybe get in your friends and family. Ask what they notice of when you are running on fumes. And for me, I will be honest, it took me a while to know my warning signs because I was like, I don't need that. I'm a therapist. I'm better than that. But no, you got to practice what you preach. And yes. And again, going to kind of mind, body, medicine realm, my internal warning sign is I live with chronic pain. And when I overextend myself, my body is literally screaming at me, either pushing myself too mentally hard or physically hard. I just wake up and feel like I've been hit by a truck where there's body aches everywhere. It's not fun for anyone. And a recent development as far as like an external physical reminder is my kitchen sink. So my mental health, it was representative of my state of my sink, my mental sink too, garbage disposal. But when the dishes start to rise, that's when I need to know that I need to take time to take a break, to slow down, actually do my dishes and just throw them into the dishwasher. So self-care can include chores as much as you may not want to do them.
Yes. So thank you for that. I love your sink analogy. That's very applicable. So with me at work, it's like probably two different things, work at home. At work, I get burned out if I'm not taking care of myself, if I'm not getting adequate enough sleep, if I'm not drinking enough water. But for me, sleep is huge. If I'm not getting enough sleep, I'm easily get burned out. I also get a lot of eye strain from looking at the computer, doing notes, and all these Zoom calls that we do. So that's a big one for me. At home, I get grumpy and again, tired. So for me, sleep is huge. If I don't take care of my sleep, I am no good to anyone. Oh, Pauline, what about you?
Well, my warning signs would be, I'm a very social person. And so when you the people who know me outside of this big screen, when I'm in a social place and I get quiet, that's a huge warning sign. That means there's something up and I'm not really engaging, but I'm like, I gotta be out there, so I'm out there anyway. But my mood is like just not okay. I'm not really talking. I'm not really listening either. I'm spaced out. So that's what I do. And so what do we as professionals do? Dr. Liz, what are some of your self-care practices?
Yes, I love that. And I want to highlight that everyone's very different when it comes to warning signs. We're all operating differently. And same applies to how we can nourish our bodies and minds through self-care. Yes, and spoiler alert, self-care is not just buying a candle from Bath and Body Works, lighting it and calling it a day. No, even though it smells really good, applewood and amber.
Ooh,
amazing.
Yes, I love that.
If only we can have smell-o-vision right now, right? And it's one of those flickering candles that stimulates like a firewood sensation.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You fancy, queen. You fancy.
I think actually, I lied. It's not Bath and Body Works. It's Target. So, hey. Even
Target, girl.
Target. You got it. But looking at mind-body medicine, my specialty, I love it. Practice what you preach to a T. I like to go through both mindfulness as well as some body work. So starting with mindfulness, again, the power of your breath. You need to breathe. Giving yourself permission. Yes, right even now, take a deep, wonderful, and cleansing breath in. Out through the mouth. Maybe even taking a sigh. This may be the first time you actually caught your breath. And it's amazing that one single breath can make a difference. And I love this metaphor that you gotta inhale and you gotta exhale too. You can't be inhaling, doing. So really giving yourself permission to slow down. And the wonderful thing is that mindfulness can be done anytime, anywhere, even on the go. So if you're interested in more of a formalized practice or even guided meditations, I got you. So I will link in above here a guided meditation called the container exercise, where you can pour your unhelpful thoughts and feelings right into your own creative jar, whatever it may be, stress, anxiety, anger, sadness, FOMO, and just put it to the side. You can pick it back up later, but maybe you don't want to, and that's okay. Yes, just far, far, far away.
On the street, on the curb.
Yes, as far as you needed to go. Yes, and just like how Tammy and Pauline love their props, I love my props too, especially for body work, because your issues remain in your tissues. A lot of chronic stress, yes, gets stuck into your body. And that's why self-massage and body work and working out can be really great. But I have a few props here, and they may look a little bit like adult pleasure toys. They are not. So I got two options for you. So the first one is a massage ball that vibrates. Yes. So you press the button and woo, you probably hear the vibration over here for those who can't see. Multiple vibration intensities.
Ooh, I love a good vibration.
Good vibes everywhere. Yes. And the great thing about this is that it's so small and compact. It's a little massage ball. You don't need to be vibrating. But what I love to do if I'm having a really bad body day, I just pop this behind my chair, maybe turn on a vibration, and I'm getting a massage while I am doing therapy with my clients. So, multitasking to a T.
Hey,
yes.
That is awesome. I'm taking that idea.
Yes, and hey, you can even massage.
Except for now I'm mortified.
Telehealth. So I'll link this to the description. It's on Amazon. The only thing I buy is from Amazon anyway, so it's pretty awesome.
It's convenient too.
I know, right? Just get it delivered, so you don't have to get a masseuse, because masseuses are kind of iffy when it comes to COVID times right now. Just, you don't really think about people touching your body. You don't know where those hands have been.
On other bodies.
Yes, on a lot of other bodies, which you don't really think about all the hygiene stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have another prop for you if you want to be your own personal masseuse. And it looks weird, so here it is for those who are watching via video. You can twirl it, you can do other things. It is a Thera Cane. No, it's not a double-ended dildo. It's a Thera Cane, which basically, depending on wherever you want to put it, you can give yourself a massage. So behind the neck, even those little knots right behind your freaking scapula or between the shoulder blades, you just pull and it comes out. It's like a trigger point massage. So you can't probably do this with a client on board, but hey, after therapy, that's my go-to, is just literally get the stress out of my body.
While you were getting your props out, I grabbed my prop. So one of my go-to things is this is one of my dogs. This is Piper. Say hi, Piper. She's not very thrilled. But yeah, so one of my go-to things after a long day, if I'm stressed out or having a long discussion with somebody over the phone, I'm like, oh, I just don't want to talk right now. Anyway, it's easy for me to reach out and touch my pets because I got 5 of them. So, and I would have probably 25 more if I could. So I'm the crazy pet lady. But yeah, I think, it reduces your stress, it reduces your anxiety, and it's awesome self-care for me is taking my pets. And if I know if I'm gonna have a stressful day at work, I'll bring my puppy to work with me, and that helps me kind of like just ground myself and just be there more present with my clients too. Another thing I do is I collect props. That's another thing I do for self-care, and Netflix. So those are a few of mine. Nothing as fancy as Dr. Liz's, but
it's just Amazon.
I know.
It's nothing that fancy.
Amazon.
You can get on my level.
I just got myself an Amazon credit card. Woo! I'm getting myself in some trouble. Anyway, Pauline, what do you do after your stressful day, or how do you take care of yourself?
Yeah, I mean, this is like very randomly weird because I am a randomly weird person and I own it. I like to wake up early in the morning. Why? Because mornings are quiet. And it's just peaceful. It smells nice depending on where you live. I live in Oregon. Right now it smells lovely in the mornings. Thank God the forest fires are done. We can all breathe. And what I like to do in the mornings I like to go work out, and it's just something that gets me started, gets my body moving. And another warning sign that I didn't talk about, my bed is made every morning. If I don't make my bed before I leave the house, even if I'm running late, I'm gonna make time to make my bed. So that's something else to know about me. But yeah, so going to the gym and getting started with just group exercises and different things like that, that's an awesome thing for me. And it's interesting, Dr. Liz brings out her blue vibrating ball. I also have I have a blue. Hey. Yes, but mine doesn't vibrate. It's a lacrosse ball.
FOMO.
Put that FOMO in a cup somewhere. Let it go, sis. I like to use this. I usually use it at home, actually. Now that Dr. Liz just said something about taking hers to work, I am going to just throw it in my bag. I also travel with this, too. Because traveling, if you're sitting for a long time, you need to put this right underneath your hamstrings and just get the blood flowing. Because when your hamstrings are tight, your lower back is also tight. Did you know that? Yeah. So knowledge. And then what I just like laying down. Like therapy, we talk a lot. We have to talk, we have to listen. And so when I get home, I don't want to do any of that. Honestly, I just put my phone in the kitchen. My couch is far away from the kitchen. So I just sit there and just relax. This is another foot thing for me. I just rub my feet on here and get the blood flowing. And that's how I take care of myself. Easy peasy.
I love how we are finding ways to implement self-care even amongst the pandemic. And I think, working from home, there's opportunities to use more props, take more self-care breaks, like take your dog on a walk between your clients, which is awesome. Or even pet them between a rough session or everything. Like that is my go-to too, which I'm like, man, I need to take my dog to my actual physical location maybe in the future.
Right? Yeah. Well, this has been awesome. I got to learn different ways to level up on my self-care with you ladies here today. And I really appreciate you joining us on Therapy Talk, Dr. Liz.
All right, well, as we wrap up here today, thank you so much. This has been amazing, Tammy and Pauline from Therapy Talk. Woo!
Yes.
So if you reached the end of this video, again, if this gave you any kind of value or new light bulbs go in your head, smash that like button, comment below, and subscribe. And we really want to make this work for you. So leveling up your self-care. Research suggests that just consuming information isn't enough for behavioral change. We want you to do something today. Like as soon as you finish this video, do that self-care nourishing activity. So comment below what you're going to do today, whether it's getting, that body work or trying out a meditation or hey, Netflix and chilling or even petting your dog. Let us know below. All right, well, signing off here today, Tammy, do you want to let my viewers know how we can find y'all and how can we support you?
Awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you so much for doing this collab with us. We cannot thank you enough. So we're on YouTube. So Therapy Talk with Tammy Pauline, pretty simple, but we're also on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, a little bit on LinkedIn. So you can find us just about anywhere.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, hey, full permission to go find you and subscribe and like, because this was so much fun and I can't wait to do more of these collaborations. Let us know if the collaborations were fun. If you want to see more of us doing crazy stuff and propping and doing some cosplay.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Yes.
Bye.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.